Peace, family. Y'all come on in the room. Let's break it down. Speaking on the Polight versus Nature Boy video live stream. I can't take it. I hate when somebody can't defend the truth correctly and the broadcast go wrong. It could have been so much better for our people to be able to hear both of them communicate and reach a better conclusion, where they can actually build, and both beings can make changes and help each other. We can all help each other and help each other grow. So it's really, really important that we clear some things up. And so a couple of topics, y'all don't let me forget, because there was so many things discussed. But the main thing was, is money evil? And what I want to go over is the purpose of money. Is money evil? And nature being God. That's one of the things that was being discussed. And the sun, our being, our purpose, and civilization. That's another thing that was being discussed. And us having the highest capacity brains and bodies, and we're not actually using them to our full capacity. So we're gonna break all this stuff down. Peace, family. What's up, mama? How we doing? Is money evil? Purpose of life. We gonna get it. Let me see if Tevin go. I think Tevin was gonna tap in, mom. So we're gonna see if Tevin was trying to tap in for a second. Y'all stay tuned. We finna get it. But I really want to break it down because, like I said, it's very, very important that we start to understand that the natural order is the only divine order that that actually exists. And that was there go Tev. You want to come on in? Peace. And so the first thing we want to discuss is where they went wrong, where we went wrong, where they went wrong from the beginning. Is the first question asked was the first attack was money is evil. That's not the case, because money doesn't have a mind, body, and soul and spirit to communicate and express its evil. So it's not that money is evil. What should have been expressed was the misuse of the exchange of money that is being used today. The misuse of it. And when I say misuse of it, what I mean is that the top 3 industries on the planet are guns, bombs, war material, number 2, cigarettes and tobacco, and number 3, what was number 3? Pharmaceuticals. So that says a lot about, and remember that pharmaceuticals aren't doing anything by themselves. Remember that tobacco and alcohol doesn't do anything by itself. Remember that guns and arms don't do anything by itself. So it shows that as a people, we are misusing the medium of exchange, whether it's gold, silver, dollars, or whatever. And so what was trying to be said is that until we return back to the natural order, we will not be able to use the medium correctly. We will not be able to use that money correctly. And so that's where I feel like, the attack and where Nature Boy went wrong at. He went for the attack on money is evil when it should have been the misuse of money, and that we must heal our body, minds, and soul with the natural order first, so that we can now correctly use the exchange to restore life, to restore the planet, to restore our minds, to restore our spirits, to restore our health, and to raise the vibration of this realm. And that's where went wrong. Now, where Polight went wrong is when he said that money is my religion. Now, that irritated me more than, for Nature Boy puts a lot of information out, and about 70% of it is on point. The other 30% with the homosexuality and a couple other things, we don't need to pay attention to that. We just want to take the truth and take the light from it. But where Polight went to money is my religion, and that that's the only thing, that's my money is my God. That's what really irritated me, and it irritated me that as much information as Nature Boy put out, that he couldn't defend that correctly, because I could have ended his ass in a couple of statements. First, what's the purpose of your breath, your urine, and your soil? That's your first medium of exchange. And so your first religion is life. Your first medium of exchange, your first currency is with the natural circle of life. You have to inhale and you have to give it back, or there will be no money to spend. There will be no realm to exist in. You have to eat food from nature, and you have to give it back with your soil. When you drink water, when you drink liquids, you have to urinate. So what is the purpose of your urine, breath, and soil? Ask that to any human being, and we get rid of the you're here for money. Your first exchange is the natural order of life. Now, the next thing being said was civilization. Name a time, and this, this is what happened when you're not really submitted. Anybody that knows me, you ask anybody that been around me in the tropics on a daily basis, all I do is meditate. All I do is focus on fasting and getting better and improving and going on the inside so that I can communicate correctly. So when you're not able to, and that's what happened to them, is that when you're not fasting and you're not really living that lifestyle that you preach, and you're not really going on the inside and accessing and letting life take over, not your control, not master teacher's will, but higher will be done. And that's what I submit to. I submit to a higher will of life that allows me to communicate and communicate effectively. You see? And so your first purpose is to exchange with life. Every molecule, every gas, every solid, every plasma, every natural solid, gas, liquid, plasma, molecule, cell, and the outside of human nature is here to serve the natural exchange of life. It's here to help the ecological well-being of the planet by helping each other, by giving back their breath, by giving back their soil, by giving back their urine. So to say, Nature Boy didn't have an answer for it, and I had to answer immediately. It's like when, in a name of time and civilization, when we did not use money, that is to say that life was not civilized before you got here. That's to say that the sun was not civilized before you got here, that the earth was not civilized before you got here, that the waters, that the moon, that the rain, that the clouds, that the mountains, that everything in existence was not civilized till you got here. So my answer would have been the original way we created was always civilized. We got uncivilized. Today is what you call civilized, as us being the most destructive beings on the planet with the most consciousness, higher vibrational beings, the most cerebral capacity, but yet we bring the most destruction, most disease. Our number one exchange is with guns and war, with pharmaceuticals, with alcohol and tobacco. Civilized. Highest being. So we have to realize that your first technology is the body. You were only given two gifts, a body and a creation, and they really both one. And if you can't take care of that natural civilized order, that natural exchange first, then you have indeed failed. And today, so what's happening now is that what is the purpose of money? That's what I want to go. So what is the purpose of money? Why have we created money? And what we have to realize is that everything in nature is exchanging with each other, right? The bee exchanges with the flower. The bee goes to the flower, it takes the pollen, right? It makes honey, and it also spreads the pollen just by feeding itself. So the bee and the flower work together. The cow and the grass work together. When the cow eats the grass, the cow releases its soil back to the grass and helps the grass grow. Everything in life works together. So us being in our natural habitat and our natural diet, we are supposed to work together with the ecosystem by giving back our urine, our breath, and our soul. So where money comes into play is that once a species reaches this much advancement, we need another medium of exchange. And we are not to misuse that medium of exchange. But if I am a personal trainer and you are a gardener, you're not interested in personal training. My exchange with you is personal training and health. You're not interested in health and personal training. But I want some of the fruit that you have. So they have created gold and coins and money so that people who cannot exchange their talent with another being, they cannot exchange something they have that another being wants. We have another medium of exchange. Meaning that I don't want a book. I don't want a computer. I don't want an iPhone. I don't want shoes. So you can't exchange these things with people who don't want these things. So what money does is it gives you another medium of exchange. But the problem is that we put that exchange before the natural exchange of life. That's where the problem lies. You see? And the misunderstanding is thinking that this is a physical realm, thinking you're going somewhere else. Don't you understand that every atom, every cell is pure energy? What you call physical is just the force of the atoms. The atoms trillions of atoms have came together, and you cannot force your way through anymore. You see? But you're still made of pure energy. Every part of you that goes back to the earth is going to be pure energy. The iron, the copper, the carbon. Every part of it is an atom. Every part of it revolving with electrons, neutrons, and protons. So we're in a self-organized system, and that's what nature is, and that's what we're trying to be said, is that your first exchange, if you remove everything man did not make, it's only you and the natural order, the divine order. It's only you in the circle of life. So if you cannot exchange and live in harmony with that circle of life, then you're going to misuse your body. You're going to misuse your money. You're going to misuse your family. You're going to misuse your partner. You're going to misuse your wife. You're going to misuse everything in your life because you're disconnected from life. That's what happens. And so before we can truly use money in the exchange correctly, we have to heal. And that's one of the reasons why I only accept donations, because I understand that in order for me I don't want to become a business. And it's like I'm being penalized for that. Like, you know, as soon as I ask for donations or I go to help donate to get my land, I don't want to be a business to you. You see? I don't want to sell you a product. I want to be able to exchange with you. I want to be able to help you guide and help you be able to heal yourself and help you understand life. And you exchange with me the same way you do with the schools, the bank, the tobacco, these breast cancer awareness, the McDonald's every day. These companies got billions. We exchange with McDonald's. We exchange with Burger Kings. We exchange with Wendy's, and you pay $8. I'm asking you to donate to heal yourself. I'm asking you to donate to help restore the planet. It's a little different. You see? So I'm not interested in becoming a business. I don't want to have to watch. I don't want to have to watch and market and sell to people. I don't have room in my consciousness for that. I'm here to upgrade this technology. You see? This is the only civilization is the advancement of a particular race or a particular species. When has life not advanced itself? Life has been advancing before you got here. To say that life was not civilized before the human race is to say that the trees, the fruits, the nuts, the seeds, the fish, the sea, the mountains, the valleys, the stars, the galaxy is not civilized. All life is civilized. And we were civilized before we fell out of our civilization. The mark of our civilization is actually nature. In nature's eye, it's the mark of your decivilization. It's the mark of your fall. When you stop caring about the natural cycles of life, when you stop caring about other human beings and other animals and the planet and the creation and your own human body, the only gift you got, the most advanced system you got, there's nothing more advanced. There's nothing you can create out that's more advanced than the human body, because you're creating it from this very source of being. So meaning that the iPhone came from the human mind. But see, in order for you to create an iPhone, you have to take energy. You have to take information from without. You have to take outside of this technology and put it outside yourself. So now you can't communicate with people. So now we don't remember phone numbers. We can't remember people's names. We don't hang with people no more. We out to eat. We on the phones all day. Because you've taken the technology outside of yourself. You see, you've taken the upgrade and put it into the external world. When the upgrade was always supposed to be for the internal world. Just think, I challenge, when you eat, I'm finna give y'all something powerful. Go in the produce section. Look at that red apple. Look at that green lime and them green cucumbers. Look at the yellow banana. Look at the orange. Now, when you put it into your body, now remember that everything you see is light. So you're seeing orange light. You're seeing yellow light. Because sight is light. In order for you to see, there must be light. So for you to see me, I'm a being of light. I'm a being of energy. You call it the physical force of this light body, right? And so when it comes down to the food is light. And you absorb the light from the food, don't you? When you eat a banana, does it come out the same color yellow? Where did that yellow go? When you eat oranges, when you eat grapes, when you eat blackberries and cherries, do they come out the same exact color? Where did the frequency go? You have absorbed the colors, the light of the rainbow, and don't even realize it. That's what the sun does. Another argument was that the sunlight that comes into the plant is not the sun. See, that argument failed. Where you fail in that argument is not realizing that the sun is light and light is the sun. You see? So the light that's in the plant is the same light that was in the sun. And you transform this light and assimilate it where? What does this assimilation take place? Does the assimilation of the fruits, the vegetables, the bananas, the nuts and seeds, does it take place outside or inside? So you take these vibrations, everything is energy, frequency, and vibration. You take the vibration of life and you put it into this technology. And it processes the light, the information, the codes, and it sends it across the body so that you can have more harmonic thoughts and know what to do with your money. Know how to build and how to build a nation for your family. You see, life is what the self-intelligent, the self-organized. Every cell, every tissue is self-organized right in your own being. The heart, the lungs, the kidneys, the brain itself, everything outside of you, everything natural on the inside and outside of you, every cell and atom is here to serve life until you get in the way. These are undeniable facts. You see? I'm going to go through the comments real quick just to check and see if anybody asks any questions. And that's what's really important that we start to understand, is that we're here to exchange with the natural circles and the natural cycles of life, and that's your religion first. And from that medium, from you exchanging with the air, from you exchanging with the currency called air, which provides you the vital information to keep your body running. From you exchanging with the currency called water, from you exchanging with the currency of the earth, from you exchanging with the currency of the sun, then you're able to create a better life for yourself and other beings here. You being the most evolved being, the most conscious being, means that you're supposed to bring the most growth, the most love, the most peace, the most connection. So if you are the most civilized being, if you're the most advanced being, then how important is your soil? Ask yourself. The soil that's been coming out since you've been born, what is it for? You saying God made a mistake or you didn't? You saying your creator made a mistake or you didn't? What is your urine for? What is its purpose? It's to help sustain life like life is sustaining you. It's to help create life like life is creating you. Show me a phone. Show me a computer. Show me a car that can turn apples and fruit into a human body, into a human mind. You can't. We're the most advanced system. Show me a system, show me anything that runs without it being connected to an electric socket, without it being connected to the forces of life. Here you are, eternally connected to the natural cycles, and have lost yourself. And that's what it's about. It's about us refining ourselves. And that's what he was really trying to reach out to Polight about, is that Polight has the abundance to start doing things and where he knows about black people and what he knows about nature. And to me, I think he pretended a little bit like he didn't really know what nature and what life was about. And like you don't know what the natural circle of life, but you walking around vegan and you've been studying black and Kemet and all this for so long and you have no idea what he was talking about. Come on, don't play the fool because you had him beat for a second. That's what I didn't like. Because he had him beat, he started playing stupid. Like, don't play stupid and trying to go look in dictionaries. We're talking about a living mind. Anything you find in a dictionary that definition was written by somebody else. Somebody created a word and created a definition for it. All across different languages, you're going to find some of the same words with different definitions. Some of the same vowel sounds. Some of the same sounding words with complete different definitions. Because somebody else gave it a different definition. So when I say nature, so we can all understand, I'm talking about all space, all matter, and all time. All people, all places, and all things. Past, present, and future, infinite in all directions. And if your creator can't be this, it's limited in all people, all places, all things, all space, all matter, all directions. Limited. You either limitless or limited. And so, breaking it down even further, space is the infinite void, the infinite canvas for matter to allow and express itself. Space is darkness, matter is light. Time is the eternal continuation of the two. Meaning that in order for light and darkness to manifest itself, in order for negative and positive to manifest itself, in order for the inhale and exhale to manifest itself, it must have the eternal keeper called time, the eternal continuation of life itself, the eternal continuation of space and matter, masculine and feminine, light and dark, growth and decay, health and disease, harmony and chaos, order and disorder. The eternal continuation of the two without beginning and without end. And so, souls, minds, body, they're all the same. Does a soul take up space or not? Is it made of energy or not? Does it exist or not? Anything that takes up space is what we call matter. Air is matter. It's just less dense. So though we might have spirit beings that exist in the frequencies of air and the frequencies of sound, it's still a very natural order. It's still a very natural thing. A lot of animals can see things that you can't see because their eyes are set to see what is most necessary for them. Like your eyes are meant to see what's most necessary for you. Like let's go into the animal kingdom. You will see that a lion, they have nocturnal vision. They see what's necessary for them. Meaning that at night, you glow in the dark, proving you're a light being. To nocturnal animals, you glow in the dark, showing that you're a being of light. It's just that your eyes are not set to see light versus dark. They don't see black and white. They see light versus dark. That's what nocturnal animals see. And so all beings that nature created, they have a distinct kind of, just a little bit of a glow to them that me and you don't see, because our eyes are not set to that. A butterfly sees ultraviolet rays to see the nectars and see the pollens and just like bees. You see? So the way their eyes are set, they don't see the same. They don't see the same color frequencies of you. They don't see the same electromagnetic scale as you. But it's all light. And so you, a being of light, you're here to respect the light. You're here to respect your light body. You're here to eat from the sun. The sun creates and grows all food here. And you're in a self-organized, self-intelligent system. Your first purpose is to respect that natural order. And if you cannot respect that order, this is what you see today, where the number one industry is guns and bombs. The number two industry is alcohol and tobacco. The number three industry is pharmaceuticals. And this shows the mindset, the consciousness of the people here. You see? And so we want to start restoring ourselves. We have to get back into nature. We have to get back into rebuilding our bodies, rebuilding our minds, rebuilding our souls, and letting the forces of life run through you and detoxify the organs, detoxify the cells, detoxify the glands, detoxify the pineal gland, detoxify the brain, and detoxify the body, so that we can truly know what to do with any exchange we come up with. Because we're going to always want to exchange something, because you're here to exchange with life. You are here to exchange. So exchanging things are very natural. You got to exchange with air. You got to exchange with water. You got to exchange with your food. You got to exchange feelings with your family. You got to exchange thought, emotions, and actions with your family and the people around you and the earth around you. So you have to exchange. But to get better with your exchange and get better with creating a better exchange for yourself and get better with attracting things for yourself, then you have to magnify and electrify the body. You got to take care of the true technology, your human body. That's the only technology you have. Everything else is an alternative. And natural healing is the natural order, natural healing, the natural path is the only natural way to exist. Everything else is an alternative. And the undeniable facts that no priest, no debater, no conscious advisor, no master teacher, no guru can deny is that if you remove everything that man did not make, it's only you and that natural exchange, which is the first priority, the first exchange that, remember, not just you're here to exchange with every worm, every insect, every fish, every molecule, the water, the oceans, the sun, the stars, everything past, present, and future has been here to serve life. First. The first species not to do that, this is the state they're in today. Undeniable facts. So we're misusing, we've been given the best gift on the planet and we're misusing it. You've been given the most upgraded technology, the most upgraded device, the human body on the planet, and we're misusing it, not accessing its full potential and upgrading the external world and calling it life. We're very proud of ourselves for what we built, but it has not done. If you just look outside, nature's trying to destroy it. This is not my will. This is nature's will. If the human race don't lay another brick down, nature will reorganize this and restore the planet herself. Just get out the way. She don't even need you to do it. She just needs you to stay the fuck out the way. If you go back to any ancient site that has not been messed with, it's covered with trees and branches and stones and fruits and oceans and ponds. Everything been created around it because nature's going to continue to grow outside of what you think is civilization. To be civilized means to know your purpose here. It means to know your human body and its relationship with the natural exchange of life. That's civilization. If you can't do that, you're not civilized. You've domesticated. Domesticated is a controlled reality, a zoo reality, a slave reality, a reality where you're put in cages, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. You're in an invisible cage that got you caged emotionally, physically, spiritually, mentally. A cage that you're creating by helping them create it. You see? You create it within yourself, and when you create it within yourself, you automatically help them create their system. You're either here to build God's temple, which is, of course, the human body and the creation, or the domestic temples, the domestic buildings. Which temples are you? You here to build one? You either here for the natural order or the artificial order. You either here for a healthy order or you here for a diseased order. You either here to be in harmony with every other natural living insect, living being, living molecule, living cell, everything else that life has expressed as, or you here to live divided from that. You're making a choice every day. And that's really what the conversation was all about. But they got too focused on attacking money and what is this and what is that, and not knowing how to break nature down, not knowing how to break the money down, not knowing how to break the natural exchange of life. And so it's just, you have to really be connected to be able to break this stuff down, because I can break it down to anybody in undeniable fact. Because it's not, this isn't my will. Is it the higher will of life, not the human race, not the lion race, not the trees, not the stars, all of the natural frequencies and the natural cycles of life? Is it the higher will of life to live in harmony with that? To live healthy and respect our body, minds, and souls? To respect the creation, to respect the planet, to respect the universe first? And then, live a happy lifestyle with what we've been given? Or is it higher will to destroy it, to destroy each other? Is it higher will for the number one businesses to be guns, war, tobacco, alcohol, and pharmaceuticals? And then the number one thing on the internet to be pornography? This shows our country. It doesn't do anything by itself. So it shows that we're misusing it. And that in order for us to restore life, to restore each other, to truly give a damn about black people, what are black people, what are all people powered by? So it's not just a black people thing. It's not just a white people thing. It's not just an Asian people thing. We're all failing to live in harmony with the circle of life, and we're all powered by that very circle of life. What is the black mind powered by? What are the black emotions powered by? What is the black body powered by? Do you really think you're only powered by the things you have created? Do you really think the universe, creation, gives a damn about your career? Or does it give a damn about the body it gave you, and the planet it gave you, and the creation it gave you? You see? This is priority. The only way we're going to heal is from the inside out. You're powered by the sun. You're powered by the water. You're powered by the air. You're powered by the earth first. And then you're able to create resources in exchange on top of that. This is not a maybe. It's a fact. Undeniable. It's not something you got to go back in the past and prove, or you got to go look in the future, you got to look in a book. You can, right now. Somebody probably somebody got to go pee right now. Somebody using the bathroom probably watching right now. You got to exchange. And when your poop come out, it's brown, the same color as earth. And if you eat correctly, when your urine come out, it's clear, same color as water. And when your breath come out, it comes out the same composition, just a little bit heavier, so it can hit the ground and help the grass grow. And by doing this, you continue to upgrade. You've been upgrading since you've been here. You've been upgrading based on the energy you have consumed from the planet. You have been taking things, you literally been taking air from the planet. You've been taking water from the planet. You've been taking earth from the planet to grow your human body. Then out here creating things, acting like this is your creation, acting like this is all yours and your life matters. And the planet don't matter. The animals and creation, everything that you use to create your reality, none of that matters. What just matters is the reality you created. That's why we lost. And so, I make it hard on myself because, the will in me just won't allow me to make a business out of myself. So those who, and people who do find this and they have the abundance, I know the way. I know the path. I'm on my way back to Honduras on my birthday on the 13th. I know the way. I don't have the abundance to do it for others. I don't have the abundance to provide a place for my family to come here because I wasn't gifted that. I was gifted with the journey, with the light, with the submission to life. And now I can guide, and I only ask for those who see the information, who understand, who resonate, to exchange so that I can provide and do more for the world without having to make myself a business or a corporation. Not interested. I just can't make myself do it. You see, I don't have, 95% of your brain is dedicated to the cells, atoms, tissues, organs, to advancing the network and the technology within, or you will fall apart. So the more I can keep my focus on the natural cycles and the natural harmonies of life, the more I can help create high vibrational beings and high vibrational mindsets that are going to come into this reality. Like the child I just had, she's going to already have a high vibrational mindset because my cells are, no matter what journey she's on, my cells are in her. My vibration is in her. That will is in her. It's going to move through her. It's going to guide her, and the energy and life is going to move with her and in harmony with her, just by me resonating with life. Each one of you is like a drop in this eternal ocean of creation. Nature's the only being in existence using the same, just think about it. What is more powerful than creation? Using the same atoms, the same cells, the same tissues to make fish, birds, plants, insects, stars, humans, and all. Same things. Using the same breath. Inhaling and exhaling with the trees and all animals and everything in life, with the sun and the moon. Everything is just exchanging with each other and civilized, self-organized, self-intelligent. And the more we get in harmony with that, we can obviously continue to grow, because we have been. We just been putting, just imagine if we took all the energy that we've been putting into upgrading society and we put it into upgrading the human body and into upgrading ourselves. We got all, how are we the most advanced species and we create all the money in the world, but we starving when Earth grows plenty of food for everybody? See, this is what money does. How is it possible that other people can starve when the Earth grows free food for everybody, but when money creates a situation where people can't pay for it, and they're not willing to support guns, and they were not willing to support pharmaceuticals? And we got to realize that it's just like if I have 100 people and I have $1 million, and those 100, and I send out $1 million. That's all that's out there. It's only so much each person can make. This is the situation. It's just so vast you don't see it. It's just so many billions of people you don't see it. It's only a certain amount out in every country. So only a certain amount can be made by each person. So every time it's going to create a situation where a certain amount of people don't have. Because if I unleash, let's say if it's 100 people, I'm just trying to show you an example. If it's 100 people in the United States, in the whole United States, and it's $1 million that I'm going to release, and that's all that's going to be out there. So no matter what, only certain people can get certain things. And then I'm going to charge for each fruit $10,000. So now only the person with the most is going to really be able to afford their health. And they're going to have to fight to exchange and to make money from the other person. So that's what it is that we have to make money. In order for each person to make money, we have to make money for each other. And in order to make money for each other, we got to go work for the system and help them build their corporations. And when we help them build their corporations, they continue to make commercials and food, and they continue to promote destruction to our body, minds, and soul, while we go work for them to make the money that they create. That's the dilemma. Right? And remember that it comes from cutting down the free. Remember that you are the only resource. Nature is the only resource. Every dollar comes from the trees or nature. Every coin, every dollar, every mineral, every copper, gold, bronze, whatever you want to use to exchange with is coming from life. Whatever you want to use to exchange with anyone is coming from the natural order of life. And whether you misuse it or not is what we've come to today. And so in order to create a better situation for us all, we all have to heal. We all have to return to a natural order. We all have to return to a natural diet. We're supposed to be the most civilized species, but we have to get online to know what food is. Supposed to be the most civilized, most advanced species. No other species got to go on Google to find out what the optimal diet is. We're so lost that we have to go and ask doctors and go on Googles and do constant research because we've been violated mentally. Every other species, when the weather comes, a tornado or hurricane, they know exactly what's going on. Here you are waiting on the weather to see what it say. Civilized though, most advanced. Think about it. Every other species have a self-intelligence, self-organization, self-civilization in the natural, and they understand the feeling and the emotions of the planet and of creation and know how to move in harmony and move out the way when things come. We've become so reliant on outside technology that we are completely out of harmony with what's natural. That as soon as I say anything about natural, that some people think they quickly say that it's just the physical. We're just going to be here and do this, and it's all going to be destroyed or whatever. Like, we are completely out of harmony. We got 1 foot in the grave. A lot of people, we all going to die one day. 1 foot in the grave already. We all going to die one day. You got 1 foot in the grave. You thinking about death and a living body with a living, your body still living. Your mind still filled with life. And you here talking about what you're going to die for. And you're going to die one day. 1 foot in the grave. That's your consciousness. See, we don't understand that your consciousness speaks. Even though you don't even hear it. See, only higher conscious beings can hear your words truly for what they mean. For what they, people get mad talking to me sometimes. It's an argument. It's a battle. Because I understand what the words mean. When your body is present, I understand what the presentation means. I read the energy. When you deal with energy, you're never wrong. So when you're in harmony with the natural frequency in life, with the natural order, when you're in harmony with the higher will of life, you just can't go wrong for the most part. The only time I'm slipping is when I'm slipping on my diet, to be honest. And I feel it. Because when your body becomes at a very, very pure state, you can feel when you're affected by the artificial, or by the unnatural, or by the process, or when something been cooked too long, you can feel it, and it doesn't feel good. Tastes good though, don't feel good. That's what happens when I can see why people go wrong. I can really see why people really go say fuck it, because you get tired of detoxing and have to cleanse. And we all have to cleanse so deep. We don't understand that your body has manifested from everything that you've ate, breathed, drink, thought, felt. Your whole experience, your body has manifested itself as that. And so we have, depending on how old you are, if I'm not talking to a 15-year-old, 10-year-old, you got a lot of work to do. If we're talking to grown people and we ain't detoxed to heal correctly, it takes 2 months to just repair the DNA. It takes a year to repair your whole body. So if we have not really a year on raw food, remember that anything besides raw food stops your body from detoxing. Because you got to realize that detox means not to add any toxins to the body. So anything you eat toxic stops the detox. And so cooked foods are toxic. Anything, it's like this. Whatever you do, simple. You are creation. You are energy. You can't really cook energy. You see what I'm saying? You don't understand how it works. So you got to realize, like, your hand is made of cells. So people always ask me, like, okay, what's the, why raw food, or, why we can't eat as much cooked food? It's like, you do the same thing you do to the food as you would do to your hand. So put your hand in the oven. Put your hand on the stove. Is something going to happen to your hand? So if nature doesn't create anything broken, then all you can do is break it. It's already complete. It's already whole. It's already just like your own body is self-organized, self-intelligent. The sperm was self-intelligent when they make the egg, and they came together and they formed a body without nobody's instructions. All you had to do, just stay out the way. And so just like you were formed as a child, just like the sperm met that egg, this is just how the plants meet the egg of the earth. It's already self-organized. It's already perfectly ready to nourish you, whole and complete, perfectly balanced. We're so selfish in our consciousness. Everything that applies to you applies to the next living being, whether it's a plant, an insect, or an animal. So, meaning that every animal, every plant, every insect, every fruit has its masculine and feminine energies, has its negative and positive energies, has its inhaling and exhaling energy, has its assimilating, absorption, and eliminating energies. Every plant, every cell. So, whatever you do to the food, you are taking a chance at plant. And this is why only they call them witches, which means wise woman. This is why only certain women were allowed to cook. because you got to be so precious. Just look at how precious creation is when it's growing plants and fruits. Have you ever seen a plant grow in slow motion? Have you ever seen fruit, and have you ever seen life move in slow motion? It's so precious how it has to grow, the plants and the herbs and the fruit. It takes 10 years for some coconut trees to manifest itself. 10 years of sunlight and earth to manifest something so pure. What are you going to do to it? Have you ever cooked a meal for 10 years? Have you ever cooked something for your family for a year or two? It takes years to grow certain plants and fruits, man. It's a precious act. And so you take a risk at destroying the masculine and feminine energies, and so this is why you're unbalanced. You unbalance. You see, you're eating you're taking in the unbalance of your food. You're taking in burnt energy, so you're burning the layer, you're burning the pages, you're burning the strips, you're burning the blueprint of the DNA. And the more I come and say like this, it helps me get more motivated to stay on the path and to stay. And this is why you gotta keep upgrading your diet. You gotta keep fighting. You got I can only talk like this when I fast, because when I'm eating the wrong, when I cheat, I don't even like talking like this. But when I'm pure, it automatically comes out. And I'm gonna tell y'all why I'm pure. There's nothing more important than your diet. Just remove everything artificial from your life for 1 second. The natural exchange and knowing your place in nature is what's gonna give you the ability to manifest whatever you want to manifest. I haven't manifested all the other things that people think I should manifest because I don't want them like that. I don't want a business. I don't want a market. I don't want this big ass house. I want to manifest a home in the tropics, maybe some pyramids, some fruit trees, and people that live in harmony with nature and not worry about let the corruption destroy itself. Let the dead bury the dead. You see, I'm here to create. You see, this is what happens when you raise your vibration. What does it mean to have a higher, lower, or balanced vibration? What does it mean to be a higher conscious being? I'm going to break it down to you. You got to realize that creation is creation, preservation, and destruction. So basically, maintenance, creating, and destroying. If you're here destroying your body, don't give a damn about what you eat, don't give a damn about the planet, don't give a damn about the health, don't give a damn about none of this shit. You just want to live your life. You're here to destroy. You see, so you're at a low vibration, destruction. And naturally, your body's diseased. You're living in chaos. You don't have good relationships with people because you're living in destruction. When you're balanced, which people think is really good, because you got to understand that the true balance is your higher self, because this is you're a high evolved being. But what people call balance is to do a little bit of both. This is when you become active, because you're eating a little bit better. Now you're more active, meaning that you're doing things like you're using your talents. You might be using your journalism. You might be using your art, but you're misusing them. You're trying to help your people, but you can't truly help them because you're not fully connected. So you're maintaining the destruction. So meaning that there are people that are adding to the destruction, and then the people who are here for balance, meaning that I don't want to help create. I don't want to help, be more vegan. I don't want to help restore the planet. I don't want to be all with that nature stuff. I don't want to do all that. I just want to live my life. You're here to maintain the destruction because the planet is already being destroyed. So if you're not creating a new, higher vibration, you're maintaining the current state of it. And so if the current state is destructive, corruption, this is where you're at. So you're not doing as much as the ones that are destroying, but you're not doing enough. When you're at a higher vibration, this is when you start you start fasting, you start eating raw foods, you're doing yoga, you're doing meditation, you're doing whatever it takes to raise the vibration of the body, the cells, the atoms, so that you can efficiently project the mind, body, and soul that's within you. When you're at a higher vibration, you start to give a damn about the other plants, animals, and insects that you're here with. When you're at a high vibration, you understand that you are here with a natural order, that you're here with a natural circle of life, and you live to exchange with that circle of life, and that you cannot sustain yourself. You can't sustain a soul, you can't sustain a body, you can't sustain a mind, you can't sustain emotions without the natural circle of life. The very mind is a very natural process. The very thought, the very emotion, the very body, the very presentation is all natural. Every cell, every tooth, every organ, every molecule, every hair is a very natural fiber coming from the natural harmonies of life. So when you start to, this is what it means. So you know when somebody has a high vibration, because this is all, you have to speak it. It has to speak to their social media. It has to speak to their soul. You have to hear it when you go around them. Here you come with that nature vegan shit again. Here you come. You can't help it, because life, the higher will of creation, the higher will of life is moving through you to help grow and restore life, to cause healing. And then after we get past that healing, we can evolve to the next state, because we're still healing, so we can't evolve. You see, there's an evolution stage where, you see, a caterpillar can't transform into a butterfly if it's detoxing. We still healing. A sick caterpillar can't transform into a butterfly. We sick. So we got to keep healing. We got to keep detoxing. We got to keep aiming for that raw food diet. We got to keep making more time to work out and for meditation for us to access the higher levels of the true technology, the only technology on the planet that allows you to manifest other technology. There has not been one technology that has been manifested outside of the human organism. All the technology was manifested inside of you. What are the ideas for the iPhone, the computers, these buildings, these corporations, the satellites, the internet? What are the ideas? They are manifested, they are assimilated from the inside, and then they're expressed outside of you. You see? So we have to get in harmony with the frequencies of life. And this is what's going to allow, this is all you're here for. You think you're here for something else, then go do it. This ain't the path for you. This ain't the page for you. But you're here to upgrade and be a full-fledged human. Like a tree is trying to be a full-fledged tree. The grass is trying to be full-fledged grass. Grasshoppers trying to be full-fledged grasshoppers. Lions trying to be full-fledged lions. The sun trying to be a full-fledged, come out bright, shining with his chest out. You see? Earth trying to be a full-fledged earth. And you here to help. You here to be a full-fledged human first. To do that, you got to understand this human body, the cells, the atoms, the tissues, the natural frequencies, energies, and vibrations within it, and its relationship with the natural exchange of life. This is when you start seeking your diet and the pineal gland and meditations and chakras, because you feel it. Certain people have been chosen. Not everybody has the light. But if you don't have the light, don't go around blowing out other people's candle. Take your unlit candle and go find somebody that has the light and light yours. That's one thing about an unlit candle. All you got to do is find somebody who got the light. Stop pretending like you know. Stop pretending like you got it. If you know you got an empty candle, if you know your wick is out, go find somebody and let them light that ass up. Let them light up your world. That's what the sun does. The sun comes out to bring light out of that darkness that we experience. And the fact that we experience that darkness every night shows you that you're going to experience darkness. But every night, is it really a bad night when it get dark? A lot of times we sleep pretty good. And that's how we should do. You see, just like at night, you ignore the darkness of the world. You sleep on the darkness of the world. You only want to be alive for the light. You only want to be alive for the life of the world. Sleep. Put the disease to sleep. Put the chaos to sleep. Put the corruption to sleep. That's what happens at night. Put the darkness to sleep. Awaken to the light. Awaken to consciousness. Awaken to the cells, the atoms, to the DNA. Your ancestors are trying to talk to you. They are in the DNA. The DNA is made of the same atoms, the same cells, it's made of the same energies that came from the earth and that came from the environment. What kind of economy have we created that doesn't take care of the ecological system? How do we have an economy that doesn't take care of the ecosystem? You are part of it. You are the economy. Your breath, your soul, and your urine provide something to the ecological well-being of the planet. So us being the highest evolved beings, how important is it for us to live in harmony with life? If we're the most advanced, if our bodies, our minds, and our soul are the highest upgraded and we got the highest capacity, and our cells and our vibration, we contain the highest essence, and our piss is alkaline, and our shit, when we eat in harmony, it don't stink, then what does it mean to the planet, and what can it do for creation? That's what this is about. I'm going to give y'all a download only. I ain't engaged nobody yet. People need... I shouldn't even really get this. I was going to say this one. See, what you don't understand is what happens with you being a frugivore. You see, you're here, just like a man impregnates the woman. You're here to impregnate the planet with your soil, which causes her to grow new living forms, which causes her, if you eat grape seeds, if you eat watermelon seeds, if you eat any seed of any fruit without chewing it and without breaking the shell, it goes through undigested on purpose. Who designed you that way? You see, every primate, remember that prime means first, mate means relationship, meaning that you are a primate, meaning that the first the first conscious being to the planet, the first higher conscious being to the planet that has a relationship with life. You are a frugivore. When you eat the fruit, you disperse seeds through your bowel movement, and you disperse urine for those seeds to help the planet grow and become a higher vibrational planet, birthing new fruits, birthing a higher vibrational tree. You got to understand that the trees on the planet have been grown by who? Your soil and your urine is not there. So if we're higher in vibrational beings, then our urine contains the higher vibrational water that will help the tree be a higher vibrational tree. Our soil contains the higher vibrational soil that will help the earth, the grass, and the plants and the fruits. But this is the reason why the earth is malnourished. We've been wondering why the fruits are so why the fruits have been losing their nutrients, why the planet is not as nourished, why the soil is not as nourished. Who has the highest quality soil on the planet? The highest evolved being. Who has the highest quality urine on the planet? The highest evolved being. Who has the highest quality breath and exhale on the planet? The highest evolved being. So we're not doing our job, and if they did not give you an alternative way to use your urine, your soil, and your breath, you'll be out of nature, giving it back and restoring the planet, and we wouldn't have the problem with nourishing ourselves from plants. We wouldn't have the problem from nourishing ourselves from the planet and living in harmony with life. Because we will always, these things connect to you. You giving back and you receiving and giving back to nature. Doesn't that connect you with your family? You giving love and receiving love. You giving them things and them giving you things. You giving them thoughts and they giving you thoughts. You giving them ideas and them giving you ideas. This is what forms a relationship. So what's your relationship with life? What's your relationship with the natural circles of life? What's your relationship with the planet? What's your relationship with the water? What's your relationship with the sun? Because it's a give and receive thing. You have a natural relationship with life. And just like your partners, just like your loved ones, just like your friends want to exchange you, they want to give and receive from you. They want to do both. This is what you're here to do with life. You are here to get something for life, for your growth, for your evolution, for your expressions, for your health, for your detoxing, and you're here to give it back so the planet can detox, so the planet can heal, so the planet can raise its vibration and you grow. See, this is how nature, this is how the one being grows together without beginning and without end. You see, space, time, and matter, they grow all together without beginning and without end. And here you are, matter, a body of light, taking up the space. If you were not in the space that you stand in, you see, then matter, then another form of matter would be there. The air will have to take that space. So you are moving stillness. The vibration of your body takes up the stillness of the same space you stand in. You are time, space, and matter moving as one being. Every cell, every atom needs time, space, and matter to exist. Every atom is matter. Every atom, every cell, every tissue, every frequency in your body need that space to exist. And it needs time, the continuation to express itself. The inhale, you'll feel it's kind of cool. It's negative. When you exhale, it's hot. Positive. You inhale the negative. You inhale space. You exhale matter. You see? And you give it back to the planet. You inhale the oxygen that floats. You exhale the carbon that falls to the ground. Undeniable facts. And they both need time to exchange. They need a continuation. You need the eternal continuation to continue to. And that's why breathing is the most powerful thing, because everything is literally a manifestation of the breath. From that, you get heat, you get sunlight, you get light. And that's what the sun is, a ball of gas, a ball of breath, giving breath as light to the planet. And that's what it means to respect the living word. You are the living word. You are the living vibration. You are the living sound. You are the living DNA sequence. I don't have a roadmap. I don't have a documentary. I don't have definitions I need to go look up or anything like that, because it's going to come through self-organized. You're talking to a self-intelligent mind. We use what we have learned to try our best to communicate the life force that moves through us as we grow. So here I am using the sound the voice. I don't own this voice box. I don't own the air, the sound that travels through and in and out. I don't own it. It's not mine. I'm just submitted so that it can communicate through to you. You see? Not my body submitted. That's what I go inside and say. Universe, this is why my meditations get easy. This is why I'm able to go deep into my meditations. One of the things you want to do when you are meditating, for those who have asked me questions about that, is that one of the main things I do is that you have a lot of clouded thoughts. So the first thing I do is I ask life to take control. Because life already has control. You just got to tell it. You got to give permission. You got to give permission for your consciousness to get out the way. Because if you just go in the inside, everything in your body is operating without you. You start thinking about work. But the brain is focused on keeping the brain running and making sure the minerals get there. Your heart is making sure it stays pumping blood. So everything on the body is self-organized and self-intelligent, and it just needs you to stay out the way. And so I ask life, like, life, this is your body. This is your spirit. This is your soul. This is your breath. Earth, this is your body. Creation, this is your presentation. Take over. I release myself. I feel like I want to, like when you go on a meditation, you want to feel like you're floating yourself off, like you're giving your thoughts, you're giving your emotion, not your will. Destroy everything you have created in your mind. You have to give yourself to creation. And I focus on giving myself to the life force that holds the skin on the flesh, that flesh on the bones, that hold the atoms and the cells in place, that keep my heart from falling on top of my stomach and keep my stomach from falling down to where my foot is. It's already self-intelligent. So I submit to the self-intelligent organization of my body and the assimilation of its cells that are transmitted through me, and that are transferred through me, and that are transformed through me, and that are transmuted through the rest of the world. And then what I do notice is that if you're not experiencing the best things you want to experience in meditation, it's coming from your diet and you're not being connected, to be honest. Because anytime I start to slip in my diet if I do 2 or 3 days of cooked foods in the evening, I start to think about things. I be like, I can't focus like I want. I be trying to give myself to creation, and it's like these thoughts you be kind of full, and you be thinking about money, and you be trying to think about, I need to go here and do this. It's like the food affects you. It makes see when your stomach is clouded with toxins, it clouds the mind. You see what I'm saying? When you're backed up and you have a lot of oils and a lot of salts, and you have to process, the body has to process this, so you can't really communicate as effectively as you like. See, drugs help a lot of people out. This is the only reason why you see the world communicating like they is. The cocaine, the Coca-Cola, the coffee, all the cookers. All the cookers got people fucked. Like, if you healthy, then leave the cookers alone, goddamn. Leave the cookies, leave the coffees, leave the caffeine, leave the cocaine, and show me your energy. So that's the reason, like, see, your foods ain't really helping you like you think, because there's a multi-million-dollar vitamin industry. There's a multi-million-dollar protein industry. So people are taking supplements to substitute their health that they're not getting from the foods. You're eating for pleasure, and you're never getting nourished. So we take things for memory, we take things to boost the energy so we can pretend that everything is working correctly, knowing it's not. If everything's working correctly, then you should be able to eat a natural diet and to be able to express yourself at its optimal. If you can't do that, then what are you using to suppress the things that are not working correctly in you? What treatment are you using to treat the things that you do not want to heal? That's what you got to ask yourself. Because we all, like I was watching the video, heart disease starts at 10 years old. That means you already, if you've been eating junk food and meat, and I'm still healing myself out. I ate so much junk food when I was little. I'm still realizing how much and how long I need to heal. That I need to fast for at least 6 days or more because of my I had a tooth that chipped, and it's because as a kid, going all the way to 20, I didn't know any better. All I did was eat candy and pints of ice cream and chocolate. That was food. Like, I would love cereal. I eat cereal all day. I love cereal. Pints of ice cream, chocolate, gummy worms, all day. I ate a lot of that stuff. And then when I would eat stuff like meatloaf, and I would eat stuff like what they said, baked beans and with the meat in it, and macaroni and cheese, I was greedy. Then I lost my appendix when I was in high school. So people don't know this about me. I lost my appendix. And back then, doctors told me they don't know why, nobody, and if you look it up now, they don't know why the appendix grows and explodes, because, you see, but now I know. You see, they couldn't even tell me. They couldn't tell me why my appendix was about to rupture. My mom couldn't tell me. because we don't have the knowledge of life. But now I've submitted to something higher. I submitted to the, you can't get no higher than the natural. Before the spiritual has to come to natural, because what you deem as spiritual is only experienced spiritual because you have a natural expression. Everything you call life or God or heaven, like it's just so crazy to me that people don't really put their full thought into perspective. Like, what people who believe in heaven, what do you think is in heaven? What do you think is like? Do you picture robes made of cotton? Do you picture golden gates made from people who build gates? I mean, I'm just saying. Do you picture a naked God or a clothed God? Like, who made God clothes? Like, it's just things that people not really thinking about. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you have to realize that this is the experience. You have to go for what you know. What we know is that past, present, and future is that everybody has to be in harmony with the circle of life, or you have failed and your ass will go to the graves. Your body don't belong to you. Not one. Name one atom, one cell, one tissue, one organ you think belongs to you and that you're going to keep. Name the soul that you think you're going to keep. Name the mind you think you're going to keep. And where are you going to keep it at? Where are you going to hold it at? Where are you going to store it at? Where are you going to keep your soul to keep it from going all across the universe? Where are you going to keep your mind? Where you going to put it in a box? I think I'm going dead. Let me see if I can go catch this plug, because I really don't want to get off. Y'all vibing real quick, man. I'm going to check out some of these comments. Y'all hold tight. Let me see if I can make it to the phone on my charger real quick. I appreciate everybody that joined. I'm finna go ahead and go through some of the questions and comments real quick. My phone is dying on me. Nah, I'm still here, family. Hold up. Let me see if I can catch it before she die all the way. Okay, so I might be on. Y'all give me 1 second. All right, family. Yeah, so I ain't gonna talk too much longer on this one because just about, I think everybody trying to sleep, so I don't wanna, I get excited and passionate. Life start moving, start waking up, start waking up the dead. Start waking up the people who were sleeping. They don't wanna do that. So I'm just going through the comments real quick. Sambo Creek, what's going on? Family, what's going on? Family, please, everybody that watch, y'all go ahead and hey Ray, I'm telling you, man, I wish I could have got on with the boy Polight and H. Boy, it would have been beautiful. So we could have really got a true build, and I could have really helped a lot of people and reached the world. I'm just going through the comments and everything real quick. So y'all just, any questions y'all want to ask, they might come through a little late, but I'm gonna check them out and I'm going to try to answer any questions I see. But it's very, like I was just saying, man, it's very, very important that we start to love each other completely. And to do that, you got to love life completely. That's the problem. This is why we're trying to connect with other human beings before connecting with life, before connecting with the natural exchange of life. You got to understand that your brothers, your sisters, your wife, your husband, your kids, they are part of the natural cycles of life. They are part of the natural exchange of life. So if you're not in harmony with the natural circle of life and the natural exchange of life, with natural healing and a natural lifestyle, then you cannot expect to have a natural connection. We can fight for those natural connections. And that's why we meet resistance, because we're fighting for a very natural connection that should already be happening. Just look at the bees and look at the lions and look at every other species that move together. Look at the flocks. A flock of birds, a school of fish, a swarm of bees. Look how they move together in one unit. You see? But that's because they're connected to the first unit. They're connected to the motherboard. They're connected to the source of that unity. They're connected to the source of that exchange. They're connected to the source of that relationship. They're connected to the source of that mind, body, and soul complex, which allows them to have other relationships in that circle of life. But when you become divided from caring about your own body, the only gift and technology given to you, along with your home, this realm, this planet, when you're out of harmony with taking care of your own body and the realm called Earth, then naturally you're going to be disconnected from your diet. You're disconnected from the earth. You're disconnected from life. You're going to be disconnected from your brothers and sisters in the animal because you're disconnected from life. And you're connected, plugged in into the outlet of the artificial world. And that's all you wake up to do is to come and upgrade their buildings, their temples, their corporations, their schools, their governments, their governmental systems. We're upgrading their industries. In order for any industry to stay booming, we have to support it. Period. It doesn't exchange without a living being. All exchanges must happen with a living being first, and then an alternative exchange can be made. All exchanges must be natural first, and then an alternative exchange can be made. All relationships must be natural first, and then an alternative relationship can be made. And that's what we got to all understand. So, you know, they say that's deep. They say that I notice eagles out when they swirl and they dance. And it's facts. Eagles do that. Eagles also fly above the storm whenever there's a storm too. And that's what it is. That we are supposed to be more connected to life. Remember that us being the most advanced means that we have a potential. So the great part about this whole thing is that if you just look at the beautiful image of life, if you just look at how life has presented itself, and look at how amazing life is, and then remember that you're supposed to have the highest evolved being. You're supposed to be the most upgraded being. So what are your true capabilities? If we have animals that can live in harmony with circle life and know when hurricanes and tornadoes come, they can speak without using words and can mentally connect with each other. They can know it's a species that know exactly where each mate is and which each partner is and where each of the other beings is in their specific group without looking at them, without talking to them. They can move like when lions hunt. They can be on two different sides of the plane, and every lion know where the next lion at without talking, without organizing it, without practice. You ever seen a spider practice to build a spider web? Like I'm gonna like I fuck this one up. Let me take this one down. Like, you see? It's already self-intelligent. You ever seen a bird practice to build a nest? You ever seen a bear practice to build a den? Now, you might have to watch a little bit of Animal Planet to even get a glimpse of bears in Alaska or a lot of animals doing that natural thing. But if you are able to get in a natural environment or you're able to watch any natural TV show about animals, go watch and see how civilized and intelligent they are. Without no books, no rulers, just the own technology they was given. And that's what you're supposed to, until we're satisfied. See, we're unsatisfied with the technology given to us because we don't have the upgraded version. So we're mad. So we're trying to so we want to upgrade it. We want to upgrade the iPhone. We want to upgrade the car. We want to upgrade the shoes. We want to upgrade the clothes because the value of the human body has been degraded. We have degraded our conscience. We don't see the value in us actually taking the time to heal and transform and restore the planet when there's so much destruction and there's so much calamity and people gonna do it anyway and people gonna do what they want to do and what I do don't matter. So, you know, we're so caught up in that world into not knowing that everything you do directly affects the next person. Every thought, emotion, and action, you don't directly control nobody unless you are without force. You can only directly control somebody by using a gun or a weapon or by force. But you indirectly control everyone with your thoughts, emotions, and actions. Or you indirectly influence everyone with your thoughts, emotions, and actions. So meaning that everything you choose to eat, the way you choose to live, the things you choose to say, the things you choose to support have a direct effect on the mind, bodies, and souls around you. They ask questions. Oh, why do you do that? What do you do for a living? Why are you eating that? And based on your response, determines that person's growth or decay, health or disease, harmony or chaos, and how they're going to move into the next stages of their life. People do it all the time. When people go to the doctor versus a holistic healer, like if a person goes to a doctor versus a holistic healer, they're going to get two different influences. And depending on which one they elect to influence them most is going to determine their new destiny. So you got to realize and start choosing who you want to let influence you. Start choosing which pages you want to let influence you. Start choosing which people and things you really want to support, because their thoughts, emotions, and actions, their posts, their videos are going to influence you. For the better or worse, for the negative or positive, for the growth or decay, for a higher or lower vibration. It's up to you. Anybody that just, that's just tapping in, I suggest y'all, everybody go back and watch this video in full. I mean, it's some really, really good jewels here. I think anything else I need to touch on, I think I pretty much touched on everything I need to touch on as far as, the subject, as far as Nature Boy and Polight. Like I said, I really wish it could have been a better build, and that way we could have all, because so many people watch. When we start to get, into the conscious, community, and people that are, growing and raising the vibration and trying to, find higher wisdom and spread a better connection, mentally, physically, and spiritually to each other. And then when we have that platform to where we start to get thousands of people watching, it's really important that we are able to manifest the highest truth that we can. It's really important that we're able to manifest the highest growth and the highest unity and the highest collaboration that will force all parties to be able to, ascend past whatever ignorance either one possesses. You see? And in order to do that, we got to submit. And that's what allows, me to communicate the way I do, is because I never submit. I tell anybody, I never submit to Amun's way. I never submit to, another document's way. I submit to the same lifestyle, the same religion as the trees and the sun and the birds and the insects, the same religion as everything that life made. The same truth. All knowledge is a study of creation. All knowledge is a study of nature. All wisdom is a study of nature. All truth exists as nature. There has not been no knowledge, no documents, no materials, no resources. There has not been nothing created or expressed, no power expressed outside of the natural cycles and circles of life. And every study and every mind and all information and all documents and all stones and everything came from using those exact resources, using those atoms, frequencies, energies, and vibrations, and the things that life has provided for you. We've only created things, and we've only created wisdom, we've only created consciousness from the tools that were already here growing and given to us, from the resources that was already given to us to express at the levels that we express at. And so, that was just a really big conversation, and that's one thing I want to say, is that a misconception is that, like I said at the beginning, money is evil. It's not that money is evil, it's the mind behind the money. It's the bodies behind the money. It's the souls behind the money. It's the energy and the intent behind the money. And until we heal, we would not be able to use any exchange correctly. Be it money, be it relationship, be it mind, body, or soul. No matter what exchange you use, you remember that you're exchanging and you're giving yourself from the inside out. When you see, I said this to somebody the other day, I don't know if I did, I think I was talking on the phone. I don't remember if I did this on live, but when you look, I'm gonna give you another quote. When you see, it's a being looking from the inside. You're looking out and you're taking in. When you hear on the outside, but you also hear your thoughts on the inside. When you feel on the outside, and you can also feel what's going on the inside. When you taste, you can taste real food and you can grab it, or you can imagine food and still taste it. You can do the same thing when you smell. You see? So the assimilation is always taking place on the inside, and then it's able to express and manifest itself on this outside world. And the more you are able to unite, the more you are able to unite space, time, and matter as one, which means your inner world, the outer world, and the continuation of the two as one, the continuation of the growth, the transformation, the vitality, and the health as one, as this being, then you're able to become the best version of yourself. And that's what it's really about. It's about you becoming the best version of the cells, atoms, tissues, and organs that allow you to express the body, mind, and soul that you express every day. And when you're able to do that, automatically, just like your body is self-organized, like you don't have to worry about the earth. Like it's not like, that's what people don't get. It's not like you have to walk around with a sign saying save earth. That's not the way. What you have to do is you have to start being the example. You have to start living the example. You have to start cleansing your body, living in harmony with nature, doing your yoga, doing your meditation, doing the things it takes to allow and getting out of life's way so life can communicate as you, whatever talent, whatever way you came to express the light, to express guidance, to express love, to express peace, to express growth. Whatever way you came to express, it can express through you. Because life is trying to use you. You just in the way. You got temporary control. That's it. You got temporary control of the body, of the energy, frequencies, and vibration that you possess. But you don't have total control. You can't take your arm, like I said to my mother live, you can't take your arm off and plug it in the ground and grow a tree. You can't rearrange the organs. If this is your reality and you have total control, then you should be able to rearrange this body into whatever form you want and take off. You don't even have to be here. This is your reality. This is your realm. This is your earth. Do what you want. Take off. Can't do that? Stop playing. It's not your reality. This is our reality. It's only one reality, and it's our reality. And everybody everything is affected because everything is connected. And you can't really disconnect. You can live disconnected, but you can't disconnect. Everybody living disconnected is still breathing the air, still eating something that came from the earth, even if it's processed or if it's dead. They're eating something that came from creation. It's not like people are creating something from air. It's not like they're creating their own planet. They got somewhere else to go to, or you see what I'm saying? Like you can only, even when people clone animals or they try to clone plants, they're cloning from material that was already available. You haven't created a clone. You haven't created anything. You have only tried to copy the natural exchange of life, which can't be copied. It can only, that's why you are a human being. You can only be it. You can't be better than it. You can only be the eternal. You can only be God. You can't experience, you can't go somewhere and find God. You can only be that. And you don't have a choice because you can't stop it. Omnipresent means to be present everywhere. You can't stop God from expressing His you. And here you are, creating light or darkness. Look at any religious text, look at any ancient text, creating light and darkness, harmony and chaos. And here you are, the human race, creating harmony and chaos, light or darkness, peace or war, to creation and to this realm. You have been what type of God here? Because that's what creation sees you as. The force, the most powerful being in this realm, that has the most effect on the planet, on the beings here, on the life force here. So y'all start growing, start loving yourself completely, start working towards eating more raw foods. That's the most important thing I can tell anybody to do, is like you gotta clean your body before you can really truly reach a state of clarity. Because as long as the body is toxic, then the blood is toxic. And when the blood is toxic, you got to realize that the blood travels everywhere. People don't even, we talk about our immune system, we talk about blood. People don't even understand that most of your blood and most of your immune system is in your digestive system. That means that your armor, your defense, your immune system, the thing that handles the task of your garbage and protecting you, most of it is in your digestive system. So when your digestive system is backed up, and the white blood cells have to focus on so many toxins that are coming in, then it's not able to cause the growth and the expansion and the higher vibration that you want to see in yourself. You're not able to become the best version of yourself. You start to get more lazy, you start to get more tired, you start to have clouded thoughts, and then you start to seek ways to clear these up, to treat these ailments, to treat this clouded thoughts or this headache or this mucus. You try to find things to clear it up fast, but not really working on the root of the problem. We got to fix the root, which is us actually living more connected and living a lifestyle that allows us to continue to detox and heal ourselves. It has to become a lifestyle, because it's nothing more important than healing ourselves and healing the planet and healing the natural exchange of life, and then growing from that point. Because we cannot grow, we cannot build until you heal. How are you going to build a nation with sick people? How are you going to, how are we going to grow and unite as a people sick? We have to heal first. We have to heal. We have to connect with the natural exchange and let that healing take its natural self-organized place. And we're going to naturally start to do the things that we're supposed to for each other. We're going to naturally start to do the things we're supposed to for the planet. All this love, Stephanie. Appreciate it. I'm just going back through, because the way they got the questions on here, they be late. I thought Ted was going to jump in. He did want to jump in, but I don't know how to add people in like that. But yeah, man, so I don't know what time it is. It's getting late. But y'all love yourselves completely, man. Y'all continue to grow. Study my page. I put a lot of information out, man. Go through my lives. I got a YouTube. My YouTube is my YouTube is Eternal Nature. My Instagram is _Eternal Nature, and of course the Facebook y'all on right now. But y'all definitely go and add the page to study information, because it's a lot of times like even the videos. It's just I've been in so many different places, and I've been at so many different states of my growth, and at that state, depending on how clean my body was, allowed me to express at the level I expressed then. So some videos, it'll be very passionate. It was sometimes the information be coming through so fast that even when I go back and watch it, it's like even I didn't believe I said it. Like, it's just like, damn, how I said it like that, or how I come out like that. It's just, even in the video I just did today, I can't really organize how it comes out, because it's I'm submitted. It's a self-organized, self-intelligent system. It just comes out. And so I'm just rambling right now, just trying to find out if I missed anything or anything else anybody need to hear. But Black power requires Black health. It requires us being connected to the circle of life, and we can't do that. We're not serious about it. You got to be serious. If we're not talking about Black health, living in harmony, living a natural lifestyle, eating natural food, doing natural things for each other and for the planet, then we're not truly talking about building or uniting or trying to do anything for Black people, because we got to realize that we're being attacked. The very way that we're being attacked is being divided from that natural circle of life, being divided from your natural powers, from your natural food, from the natural things you're supposed to see, from the natural things you're supposed to feel, from the natural smells you're supposed to smell, from the natural environment you're supposed to live in. I was watching another couple of things. I was watching another video today, and it was saying that you got to realize you're putting out a vibration, and all the vibrations around you are affecting you. And so, nothing in nature has so many machines and equipments and cars and toxins just all around them all day long. Bang, clank, smog, gunfire. It's all day long, depending on where you're living at. And so, this is the state of 70 to 80 to 90% of all people. And we got like the 10-20% that might be, they're raising their vibration, trying to, start gardens and have land and live in harmony with nature, trying to find their way to the tropics. And so, we're in that mess to where 80% of the world is still very, very much sleep. We know this because if you look at what's being supported, if you look at the most popular videos, if you look at the most, the popular clothes, the popular information, the popular businesses, the popular industries, none of them support the circle of life. None of them truly support the human body and mind being a better expression of life. And that's the truth. So that's 80% of the world. And, some of us watching might be a part of the 80%, but it's about us growing, and growing from that point and learning to respect and be happy with, the first gift you was given, which is your body. And so when we start to truly be happy and truly be in love with yourself, this is when you can start to truly express love for others. And, you can't really love me if you're not showing love to yourself. You can't really love your husband or wife or your kids if you're not showing love to yourself, because the way you will love would be a toxic love. It will be a sick love, and they will experience sickness. They will experience disease. They will experience stress, because the way you're loving yourself is in the same way. So it's a very ancient statement. A lot of people say this, but do unto others as you want done unto you. But we think about like punching somebody or stealing something from somebody. We're not thinking about the health. Like, no, the same health that you want your mate and your family and your kids to have, you want that same health for yourself. The same health that you want the newborn baby to have, you want that same health for yourself. The same growth, vitality, transformation, and connection that your child has, you want that same growth, development, connection, and health for yourself. And then you can truly start to express the love that you want to express. This is why, the source of all of our problems, I told them, like, this is what this video is about. The source of all of our problems is the disconnection from the natural circles of life, from the natural frequency of life. This is the source of every problem that exists. Because when you're disconnected from that, then every other exchange is just, it's just an exchange. It's just an artificial. They tell you it's just business.
It's not nothing personal. It's just business. So life has become just business. It's not love. It's not health. It's not vitality. It's just business. The pharmaceuticals, not love, not health, not vitality, just business. The diamond ring is just business. It's not really love. We in this to help the business. Business partner. You see? So, you know, we have to grow back, and we got to really start loving each other completely. And that starts with life, and it starts with our bodies, starts with our minds, and realizing that everything you put in your body is going to use to assimilate into a higher or lower vibrational being. And you make that choice every day. And that's one thing we all do have is choice. No one's forcing us to do anything anymore. We're not in a state of survival. People do a lot of things, and like, you know, the eat meat thing, and, you know, like we was in a state of survival. It's like we're not in a state of survival. It's plenty, you know. Unfortunately, in some countries, that's, you know, they're taking advantage of the people, and some people are in a state of survival. But for the most part, the human race is not in a state of survival. We're in a state of choice. Well, we got all the abundance. We got who got more use of the resources on the planet than the human race. Every other species surviving with just the resources that was given to them by life. We got the access to the most water, to the most fruits, to the most earth. We got access to the most things to help. Just think. I mean, this is what really be kind of sickening to me. Just think. We are upgraded by our environment and the resources on this planet. Meaning that we're upgraded by, you know, the crystals and certain places that resonated. We're upgraded by the sun and the water. We're upgraded by the foods that we eat from the earth. Now, knowing that this upgrades the human technology and allows us to express the highest version of ourselves, we have more access to all of those resources to cause the most growth, to cause the most unity, to cause the most health, so that nobody should be sick, that nobody should be divided, that we have the most resources to have, everybody can have a home. There's plenty of earth for everybody to have a home. It's billions and billions of species, and it's still empty land for many beings to live. So we have access to all the resources on the planet, and then we the only species homeless, the only species starving. As a species, you know, we might get some animals here and there that can't find food, whatever. But as a species, the only species starving, the only species don't have a home, homeless. The only species at war with another continent over the free resources that grow from creation since creation. War over resources that don't belong to you. They belong to life, including you in your whatever you're using, your gun, your resources, your technology, whatever you're using, you in those technologies belong to life. And that when you leave, if you died right here in your house and nobody did anything to your house, you in your house and everything you own is going to go right back to creation. And creation is going to eventually organize it and turn it back into something that can be used to grow life forms. It's undeniable facts. So I'm going to go ahead and tap off for a second, man. It's been lovely talking to y'all. I appreciate all those who were able to tap in, and I hope y'all enjoyed the stream. And I hope it gave y'all a lot more insight on the situation, man. Because like I said, it was kind of nagging me just a little bit, because I hate personally seeing, you know, people who have the abundance use it the wrong way, and then for somebody who try to speak truth and they're not fully living it and can't express it the right way. And so it was just a mess. I was like, oh my God. I was like, oh, I wanted to be on that live so bad, but it was cool. So I hope they help y'all understand a little bit better about money and about nature and about why you're here and your purpose. Your first purpose is to be human and to be a healthy expression of life, and to honor life with your temple and not your tomb. You honor the Creator with how you take care of the creation. It's the only thing given to you. A body and a creation. Everything else is an alternative. The natural body, the natural lifestyle, the natural circle of life, and natural exchange, and then you have alternatives that you can create. But first, we got to respect the natural. It's been love, y'all. Peace. I got some more coming for y'all soon. Like I said, I'm gonna be heading to Honduras soon. I'll be doing a lot of videos then. I want to start doing those who are interested in meditation sessions and, sound healing sessions and, meditational guidance. I also do, if you're interested in doing consultations or doing, me doing my programs where, like I said, I have a parasite, blood, colon detox. It's like it's really all in one. It's like you can't really clean out one without cleaning out the other. That's what people don't understand. So when I name it one thing, it's like, well, I want a colon detox. I want a blood. Like, listen, it's all together. These, like when you start getting on raw foods and the raw plants and the raw herbs and the raw fruits and the things in the higher vibrational foods, it's going to all work together. If you just look up the benefits, of a mango or orange or cherry or strawberry and some greens, you're going to start seeing a lot of the same benefits of cleaning the colon, cleaning the body, removing toxins. You're going to, a lot of the same benefits. You revolve around a lot of the same foods. We got to realize that we have, every single thing that nature make is medicinal. It just, everything is not food. Everything nature makes is medicinal to some species, but everything isn't your medicinal food. And so everything that, that you can eat from life that is digestible is going to have, that is naturally digestible, is going to have everything that you needed to cleanse out your body, to strengthen your body, to nourish your body, as long as you're able to stay out the way. And so when you're eating the fruits and you're hydrating yourself and you're fasting, naturally your body is going to start to remove those toxins and impurities, as long as you are able to stay focused and stay out your way and fight through the fake hunger pains, because it's not really a hunger pain, it's just your body cleansing itself. So that cleansing is like somebody sweeping a broom in your stomach. You feel hungry. It's not hungry. Your body's cleansing itself. So you got to learn the signals of your body too. So give you a chance for your body to cleanse. Actually, after 3 days, I think they say after 3 days of eating correctly and eating raw foods and fasting, your stomach and your hunger starts to suppress. It's just the first 2 days as it starts to clean. It takes 72 hours for your body to register the new cycle of what's going on. So it's like you're giving your body a new cycle of energy, a new cycle of food. You're giving it higher vibrational foods, mean foods that have a higher capacity of oxygen in it. That's what determines the capacity of oxygen, along with of course hydrogen, which equals water. But if it has high in water, it has to be high in air. So it works together. So I say air to come to my next point, is that's the first nourishment. So that more something is hydrated, the more oxygen it has, the more vitality and life force that it can bring to your body, and allow everything to flow through you and flush out smoothly. That's the whole thing with detoxing, is you're trying to flush. So you got to realize you're a water-based being. So anything that is dry it's going to stop the body from flushing. So you need high watery foods when you're flushing the body out. High watery foods only. Anything that's not high watery is going to slow down the detox or stop it, depending on what it is. It can slow down or stop the detox, because that's what your body requires: high watery foods and astringents. Especially when you clog, the more you're clogged up, the more you need to be more focused and on your high watery foods. If you have a fat stomach, it's another thing too. If you have anybody watching, if you got a fat stomach, I'm just rambling here, but if you got a flat stomach, that's another thing you want to do too. A fat stomach is that you have to fast until your stomach is gone, because you have a disease, you have something on the way. Like the more weight you carry in your stomach, this is affecting the immune system, and it's showing you, like, it's just a reflection. It's a reflection of your own mind and your own soul and what's happening with the energy within you. You're clogged up. You're having trouble releasing things. So this is what I think I did a video on this, and so you end up clogging the body and you're having trouble releasing things that don't serve you. So it's not just poop. See, the poop is just a manifestation of something else. And so when you're having problems releasing, your bowel movements that don't serve you, then you start having problems releasing thoughts that don't serve you. You start probably having problems releasing emotions that don't serve you. And as you start to get more stressed and more clogged up, you start to doubt yourself. You start to doubt the cells. You start to feel sick. You start to have a headache. You start to say to yourself something is wrong, or I don't feel good. And so you start to actually manifest the thoughts, emotions, and action of what's going on the inside. That's what's happening. All your stress, all your hate, all your anger comes from the organs. Do you think your organs and your cells and your tissues are happy or angry at you if they're not at their best? Do you think they're stressed? Do you think the stomach and the colon and the brain is stressed when it's filled with plaque and it's filled with mucus and it's filled with toxin? Is it stressed? Do you think your mind is angry? Do you think your mind, your soul, and your emotion is angry at you for having a toxic body? Do you think that the energy moving through you is happy with you being in a toxic reality, living a toxic lifestyle. So it's stressed, it's angry, it's uncomfortable. And so you express that uncomfortableness, you express that dis-ease, you express that discomfort mentally, emotionally, and physically at some point. Everything is affected because everything is connected. You got to make the connection. It's very important that you make the connection between your food, nature, and your body, and everything else will be manifested. You're gonna have a family, you're gonna have fun, you're gonna communicate, you're gonna exchange relationships with your friends and others anyway. But the body, the mind, and the soul that you present is what matters, because that is what's gonna affect the world, the friends, the relationships, and the people, and everything that you're trying to do around you. You don't fix the fruit, you fix the tree. So everything in your life is like fruit. It's the fruit of the tree. So you got one fruit that's your job, your careers. You got one fruit that's the family. You got one fruit that's self, your self-entertainment. You got one fruit traveling. Whatever your fruits might be, you got different fruits on the tree. But if you don't take care of the root, if you don't take care of the tree, which is you, you're not going to produce too many more. Some people might not produce no fruit. But, some people us fight hard. Some of us are strong trees, so we're able to produce a little bit of fruit. But in order for you to produce the fruit and be plentiful and be fruitful like life wants you to be, and be able to create abundance in all areas of your life, you got to fully submit to what life is telling you to do, and submit to that natural cycle of life. Be fruitful. Take care of the tree. Take care of the source. You the source to the branches of your life. You the source to the web of everything else that happens in your life. And the greater that source, the more magnetic that source, the more electrifying that source, the more nourished that source, the higher capacity and the more efficient, the more proficient you can go out into the world and do what you came here to do. Because we all, some people came here to destroy. They're doing it, and they're doing it right now. And that's what they're going to do till they die. But if you didn't come here for that, then you got to submit and allow yourself to express at the highest level. But anyway, love y'all. I can talk all night. Peace, family. Y'all hit my inbox. I'll check it out tomorrow. Any messages or any comments, I'm going to go through these comments probably tomorrow too. I might go through a couple and reply. But it's been love talking with y'all. It's been love vibing with y'all. Safe travels to your astral realm. Deep breaths at night. Stretch before you go to sleep. Relax your body and let life take over, and have a good night. If you let me get off.